Hey everybody, it's getting pretty late in the day, but the show must go on, so I figured I should carve this side view of a wood spirit. This is a knot piece I found on Vancouver Island, Port Renfrew. I think it's still possibly wet. I think it's pretty heavy. It might be Douglas fir. I'm just not too sure at this point, but lots of carvers like Kevin at Sticks and Stones carves stuff like this. Um, this, what I'm going to do with this one, I don't know if Kevin's done this. But this is going to be a side view of a wood spirit. So this will be his hair up here, and then this will be his mustache blowing in the wind, so his nose will be facing this way. You know, if you look at a face, the nose would be like this, the mustache would be here. If this was a round face, like a normal round face, the nose is farther away from the cheek for a side view. So let's see if we can figure this out. I don't know how much depth I got right here. So if we push his nose back that way, tilt it in, and then, oh yeah, his mustache is right here. So that'll be like that. We're gonna have to make his nose higher. So we'll make his nose right here and push back this way. If we got to carve into some up here, we can. So I don't know if you guys can see that. But so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this away, all this away right in here to get this nose to stick farthest off. And I'm going to cut this away in here too. Does that make sense? Then the nose will stick off. Then we can worry about detail and how much room we have to push it back, which we don't have that much room. But if you can see, it's already pushed back. Like this is already farther away than this part right here. Just a quick, simple carving. Oops, we got some little stones in there. Got to watch those. They'll make your bits dull fast. But anyways, I'm just going to start carving and we'll see what happens. Okay, so we got the fan going already. I'm using the Dremel 4000 with this Kutzall Extreme Flame Burr. You guys can get these burrs in the description down below at the Kutzall site. If you use the code CFusion, you'll save yourself, I think it's 5 or 10%. So like I said, I got to remove, just so you guys are on the same page. Where's a black pen? Anyways, I got to remove all here. You can see the nose right here, right? I got to remove this and remove all this wood in here. And then this will be the mustache blowing in the wind. You know, if you don't think you can do this, don't lie to yourself. You can do it. Oops, got to turn my Dremel up. And don't carve as fast and heavy as I do. I'm just carving this fast and heavy just to get it done, right? And this is a pretty hard wood. Okay, so might have to do some modifications. Let's see here. So the nose would come okay, so see that deep cut in here? Make sure, always watch your depth. Now I'm going to remove the wood on the nose, and this will push it back to make your face kind of, it will just give it a rounder effect. It might be hard to understand right now. Trying to round that off. Don't worry about what's going on with this side. Just focus on this side. You can see there the nose is already popping off and how it's pushed farther back from the cheekbones. Kind of, let's smooth everything off. Clean it up a bit. Get rid of that little rock in there. Yeah, I'm hard on my burrs. Okay, so stop sometimes, look at your piece, see what's going on. I can see right where my finger is. I need to remove some of this. Stop, look at your piece, see what's going on. Okay, I need to remove more of that. Okay, there's a nose sticking out. Let's get rid of this. Okay, so there you go. There's your nose. Get a good undercut up here. Round it off, get rid of all the old junk wood on the outside. Get rid of the back side of the nose so it doesn't confuse you. Okay, so I think we're going on point. Let's just keep cleaning it up. I still don't know what type of wood this is. It smells like donkey poo wood. It just smells like beach find wood, driftwood. All right, so, you know, pretend this is a windy, let's see if we can get some, zoom out a bit here. Pretend this is like a windy day, so everything's blowing this way. You got the mustache, you got the hair here, and well, and you're gonna have the beard down here. You're also gonna have the beard coming off the face too. So think of where the side of the face where the beard would be. So you'd have your sideburns up here, then your hair would be up here. So let's just go right here, push it back a little bit, do a cut here, then we can make our beard hairs come down here. I know I'm rushing it, but I don't want this to be a long video. Okay, push the face in a bit. Then all you need to do is just kind of like I said, don't be a Geordie. Don't push like crazy like I do, and because you'll break your flex shaft and it's hard on your tools. So I'm going to take some more of this bridge down. Okay, so now, just cleaning up all the wood. Don't be afraid to carve it deeper. Get rid of all that old ugly wood on the outside for this project. So there's our nose popping off. All right. So let's work on this guy's nose now. So I think maybe I can take a little bit more underneath that nose away from this mustache. Cut, remove. It's something that I always tell myself, so you don't break burrs. Cut, remove. Don't dig yourself too deep of channels, because that's how you can break your flex shaft. Okay? Stand by. Let me find a better pen. All right, so our nose nostril, let's just kind of go like this. And then I'm going to have to remove some more of this wood under here. So let me remove some more of this wood. Just keep on looking at your pieces. Stop, have a coffee, look at it, see what you want to do. And when you're looking at it, have a pen on standby. And, you know, just give it a dot there, because you can see this dot when you had done your coffee. You remember, oh yeah, I had to do that, you know. It's just giving yourself that friendly reminder. Okay, so this nostril here, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come around on the outside of this line on this side, remove some of this wood, right here, and it will make this nostril flare up. Then I'm going to come under and do an upcut underneath to get your nostril to look, just Carver Rob calls them snot troughs. All right, so there's that, kind of rounded off. And then up and under. Snot trough. Just give it a little bit of shape. Okay, now we're going to remove some of this wood right here. I know it's hard to see what's going on right now, but it's just like, you know, it's just like having a formula to, I don't know, to do whatever you want. Shape the nose however you want to shape it. That's good for me. So there you go. There you can see. So this has little tiny bug holes in it. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out my Ram microcarver and clean up some of this wood, because I want to, you don't have to carve this hair. You don't have to carve down here too, but I want to. So I'm going to do that off screen. I'm going to clean all this up. And all this up, and some of down here, because you got to remember, we can give them a bottom lip, and you got beard hairs down here too, right? So mustache hairs, beard hairs, mustache hairs, and hair hairs. We'll make it just standby. Okay, so I cleaned it up a bit here, not too high up, because you can leave this, I could have left this all natural, right? And let the wood speak for itself. So the bottom lip, all we have to do, because you got a side view here, right? You don't even really have to give it a bottom lip because you don't see it. Let's just kind of go like this, cut away this wood here, and then make the lip seam higher than here, because then our beard hairs are going to go like this, right? It's a side view. You know, if you're doing a side view wood spirit, just carve it like this and pretend you're carving this side too, and just only work on this side. That's how I started doing the side views of a wood spirit. I'd carve it. I'd carve it and say, okay, well, it's a thin, skinny face, but here's half the face. And then if I carve this, you know, does that make sense to you? Just keep on looking at this side and reference this side. I know that sounds really confusing, but that's how I taught myself. You know, basically, I've taught myself everything. I've gotten some tips from other carvers, but I just kind of got to learn the way that I learn, which is not the most simple thing. Well, because, well, that's just the way it is, you know, like, so let's punch that lip in there deep. You see how I'm referencing this side? Shadows can really mess with you too. But that's all you really need. You don't even need to have a bottom lip there, but you see, there it is there. Let me see if I can get a deeper shadow line. Okay, there it is. I don't know if you guys can see on camera. So, the beard hairs, you got to think it's windy, and half his beard hairs are going to, pretend here's the middle of the face, right here. So half the beard hairs will go on this side, and the other beard hairs will wrap down this side. So all I do is I just start in the middle. And I wrap around. Kind of bring it around. Okay, so you see that? Now, same with these hairs. I'm going to do these hairs in 2 stages. Don't be a Doherty. Okay, this hairs. Let's come up and over. Let me draw one on here. So, up like this and over like this. And then we'll continue them like this, I think. Who knows? You're just having fun. That's all you're doing. See that? This beech wood, sometimes you get some punky stuff, so it carved really deep there, so you got to watch out for that. See that? Punky. Yeah, this wood smells like... And you got to remember, you're not trying to carve a real wizard face. Well, I'm not anyways. I'm just carving a spirit in the wood on a windy day. Just have fun, that's what it's about. Okay, so I'm going to get my ram carver out here with the 1/4-inch burr, and I'm going to clean up the outside of this wood, might as well. This has got the gold burr on it, the gold cut saw. Okay, I think it's on point. What do you guys think? So now what I'm going to do with these, I'm going to switch out. I'm going to go switch back to my my friggin' Dremel, and I'm going to put on this burr that I use lots for doing beard hairs. It's an aluminum cutting burr. Let's see if we can give you some better lighting here. It's an aluminum cutting burr. You see, you buy these sets on Amazon, and it's a cylinder type, and it's got a cutter on the bottom, right? So this spur, just carve it in. Don't cut it in like X's. Just be nice and smooth with you use it and follow the line. So like this mustache and hairs are two stages. So I carve the deeper channels. Now I'm going to use this burr and roll over top of that nice and soft, and you got to let this burr do its job, right? So you get these in sets of 10 on Amazon or eBay. I believe they're in my Amazon store. So this is once again the aluminum cutter. Okay, so the cutter's in there. Let's just whoa, wrong pedal. You just let the burr do the work. And this one's kind of getting dull. Switch it around, see if it cuts better that way. And yes, it cuts better this way. I'm not going to film the whole time using this, but you guys can see. Yeah, this one's pretty dull. I think this might be hemlock or something, or Douglas fir. So there you guys can see the textures that it gives you. Nice fine little single hairs. Same with up here. Just try and keep them cutting all the same direction. Got that punky wood down here. And then I got to do the beard down here too. So I'm going to finish this. I'm going to see if I got a newer one. And, you know, burrs get dull. So, yes, they get dull. And sometimes you got to buy new ones. Well, now I got to buy a new set. So it just happens. Okay. So there's his cheekbone. See what I mean by pushing the nose back farther away from the cheekbones? So I got a hanger on the back here, hung it up. I did some quick sanding. I'm not spending much time on this piece. So too bad this wasn't like a solid piece of wood up here, because I could carve an eagle's head or something up here. But it is what it is. You know, now the eye. You got to think, let's see if we can get some better lighting here. The bridge of the nose for the eye should be back here more. So really, his hair is covering his eye. If you just, this is not a real face. It's not a real wizard's or a Viking's face. It's just a face. Once you get that nose to stick out, then you create the face, right? It's for the very beginners. You know, you can do it. You just gotta kind of think past all the negative stuff and just get to it and carve deeper, right? Push the nose back. So do I want to give this guy an eye? Right here? I don't need to. I definitely don't need to. Let me pull this off. I'll show you the hanger that I found. I know Larry Dibbs. Sorry, I had a phone call. I don't know if my microphone cut off, but this is the hanger that I got on the back. I think Larry Dibbs uses these, and also that Rex fellow that has the YouTube channel uses this too. So, you know, I thought this piece was a little bit heavy, because it's a pretty heavy piece of wood, than to just carve the hole and carve a hole, put a nail in the wall. But this is better, right? So, do I need to carve this guy an eye? No, I don't. I definitely don't, but I think I'm going to. This is the bit that I use to carve eyes with right now. It's one of those 3-point cutters. All right. So I don't know. I just like, and ladies and gentlemen, I just like putting my camera in the overhead and carving. I don't like having to put my camera over here, or over here, or over here, or over here. I'm just not that guy. My camera's usually up in the overhead like this, and I'm carving. So let's see if I can... My hand's going to be in the way lots, but let's see if I can try and give you guys a tip about the way I carve friggin' eyes. Okay, so before I get carving, to give you guys a clear idea, I just kind of, see how I drew that on there? I had some black pen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut on the outside of that line, say maybe a 1/4 inch or a bit deeper, straight in, all true to the line. All right, so I got a brand new little cutter on here. I just found a brand new pack, lucky me. So you guys can see right now, I'm going to cut. I'm actually, you know what? See the length of this blade? The cutter here, I'm going to cut that. See the length of it? I'm going to cut that 3/4 of that. And that's how I'm going to measure how deep I go. I'm just going to keep an eye on it, and I'm going to cut straight all the way around the line. Then I'm going to remove the wood around that circle. Let's just call it a friggin' circle or egg. Then I'm going to remove the wood all the way around it. Okay? And that's going to make the center part elevated. All right? Then I'm going to round off this elevated part like a nice round. Then I'm going to cut my eyelid. I know it's going crazy. I'm going to cut my top eyelid in here, and then my bottom eyelid, and just do a real simple eye. Alright, so this is like a friggin' Jedi Master tool here, this little sucker. This is like using a gouge that spins, what, with 35,000 RPMs. Before I start filming, I just want to say a quick shout out to Ben's Studio on the Lake. I hope you're still watching the videos, Ben. I hope you're still carving. I know you don't have any videos recently, but you're probably doing normal everyday stuff. But the world needs more Studio on the Lake videos for wood carving out there. Okay. Bye. Okay, just remember, tie yourself true to the line. Oops, got a good treble up. This is a hard wood. I'm watching the depth of the cutter so it's consistent. Okay, so that part's done. Now I'm going to remove the wood here. I might have to switch burrs. See how it digs in? That's not good. Okay, spin it upside down, get rid of the wood above the eye too. So now you can see it's sticking off the highest. So now what I'm going to do, should I put on a different burr? No, I'm going to round this off like a little bit of a football sticking out. I really should switch burrs, but yeah, see how it's digging in there? That's no good. Okay, so now you can see it's round in there. So I'm not even going to draw. I'm not even going to draw the top eyelid in. I'm just going to make the top part more rounder than the bottom, and I learned this from that Rex video, okay? Actually, you know what? I better draw it on. So here's your top eyelid, and here's your bottom one. This guy's got a little squinty eye. Can you see that? Man, I need to round this bottom off more. Okay, so top eyelid, screw it. I'm just going to carve it in. I need better lighting. Lighting's very important. Sorry everybody, this is such a bad example. Now I'm going to dig into each corner. So I got one corner here, and I got another corner here. I'm going to dig into each corner. Spin around, dig into the other corner, if I can see it. Dig into the corners again. I'm going to make that eye a bit bigger. So there you can kind of see it looks like an eye, and it's looking that way. This wasn't the best example, but it does look like an eye, doesn't it? Now you can get a little diamond burr and clean it up if you want, because like I said, this is a little bit wet wood and you got lots of fuzzies in there, so I'll find a diamond burr and stand by. You know, it looks like an eye, so just kind of let's leave it at that. Hope it's able to help some of you. I know it's super small, but... Alright, so I kind of liked it better without the eye. Doesn't matter. You guys realize something about this wood spirit? If you guys realize something. Doesn't have a forehead. Don't care. Wood spirits don't need to have foreheads. Let's see if we can get you some better lighting there for that eye. So you guys can sand it however you want. Scotch-Brite, sandpaper. Okay, so I got this. Here's a shout out to Text over there at Carver's Corner. Or it's Rex. I think it's Rex. He does this on his carvings. This pulley. Wipe on pulley. I always get the French side when I'm doing it, but there's a shout out to Glenn. Hi Glenn, how you doing? Wipe on pulley. So I don't have any little cups, so I got this spray paint cup. And I got this little brush. I'm going to put it on just the parts that I carved to hopefully make it go darker. I don't have to. You guys don't have to. You can leave it the exact way it is. Who cares? Just carry on, have a good time, do what you want. Okay. So like I said, as long as you can get that nose to pop off, you can carve a wood spirit. Anybody can do it. It's not that hard. Trust me. I know I say it in lots of my videos. If I can do it, you can do it. I tried to give you the simple steps here. So, and everything's my opinion. All right. you know, when I was carving and I says, oh, punky wood, hit some punky wood where I carved myself into a deep channel, you know, because the wood was punky. That means it's like, it's rotting, it's super soft. So if you look when I put this finish on, you know, this carving's not perfect by all means. There's tons of things I could point out with the hairs, but like I also said, if you think your burrs are getting dull, buy some new burrs. It will save you problems. See here where I'm pointing? That would have been punky wood. Right here where I'm pointing, that would have been punky wood. You see how it's not shiny like this stuff? This is the hardwood, this is the punky wood. So the punky wood sucks in the stuff a lot more, and then it makes it a flat spot. So this stuff here, it dries pretty quick. The instructions there, the letters are so friggin' small. How do you read them? I can read them when I see it on my screen, but yeah, more French. So, you know, I don't know how long it says. Maybe I think that dries in 24 hours to before application. Wait 24 hours. Well, I don't have 24 hours because I want to get this video done. So let's see. Yeah, it feels dry, but it's probably not actually not true dry. So what I'm going to do is, well, I still got this little thing full of stuff here, and I'm going to put it on the punky spots. I'm going to re-go over this whole piece again and see if those punky spots there aren't so dull and it all blends in good together. Sometimes you need to do 2 or 3 coats. I can already see that punky stuff coming back out. But if I put this on and wait the 24 hours, because all where I did here is you're creating like a plastic layer, then you let it dry properly, like they say, I think the 24 hours or whatever it is. Then when you put your next coat on, it's going to seal the punky area and it's all going to be consistent shiny, right? If that makes sense to you. So sometimes you got to wait. Don't just, you know, wait an hour, put more on, because you're going to waste this stuff. You know, it's going to keep sucking into the wood. It's going to suck in deeper and you're going to keep on getting that flat spot. Let it dry the real 24 hours. Then it will be consistent. Make sense? Okay, bye. All right, so I put on an extra layer, but look, that punky wood just looks flatter. See it there? This stuff right here. You know, I'm going to give you an example. I could even pour this whole thing, what I got left in here, over that punky wood, and 2 minutes later, it's going to be flat again, because it keeps sucking in. You know, you got to let it dry. All right, so there's your prime example. You see how it's flat there? Because you got to let it dry. And sorry, I know it's repetitive and I keep saying it over and over and over again, but when I first started wood carving, I would spray this. If I had to spray stuff, I would spray it 10 times a day and you'd always get that flat spot. Let it dry. You might have to do it a couple times over a couple days, but it will eventually go away. So, you guys all say hi to Woody. Let's face my son Drew on there, and we called him Woody. And that's going to be it for this one, everyone. I've been eating Rice Krispie Squares for the last 3 days. I think I'm going to turn into the Pillsbury Doughboy, or is it the Marshmallow Man? Anyways, there's lots of marshmallows in here. Confusion. Rice Krispie Squares.